Welcome, Indian Springs, to the Science Minute, starring Professor Beverly Moon and Dr. Mallory Sweeney. Let's do some science!
Well, welcome back, Indian Springs students, to a Science Minute. My name is Dr. Mallory Sweeney, and with me is
Professor Beverly Moon. Hi, y'all.
Well, we're excited to bring you another fun experiment to do in your home. Today, we're going to be doing elephant toothpaste.
Yay!
It's going to be a lot of fun. So what do we need? Well, we need a large empty bottle. So you guys can use an old water bottle, something clear that you can see the chemical reaction inside. If you do something that has an outer color, you can't see what goes on inside. So find a clear bottle if you can. You need 3% hydrogen peroxide solution, half a cup. You need active yeast. Now there's two different types of, two ways you can get yeast. You can get yeast in packets, which is perfect because all you need is one packet. Or if you get the bottle of yeast, you need 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. And I have my yeast right here.
Already activating.
And it's already activated, but we'll talk about that in a minute. We need liquid dish soap, 1/4 cup, warm water, and food coloring of your choice. So let's talk a little bit about this experiment.
All right, Dr. Sweeney, let's talk about it. So this is how it works. Hydrogen peroxide decomposes into water and oxygen. What does decomposes mean? That's a good question. It means to break down the different component elements of the compound. In this case, the water and the oxygen of the hydrogen peroxide are what's being broken down. We use the yeast because it is a growing agent. Yeast needs warm water to reproduce and to react. Now, don't use cold water because that won't work, and hot water will kill the yeast, so don't use hot water. The yeast causes the hydrogen peroxide to catalyze the decomposition. What does catalyze mean? That means to cause or to accelerate a reaction by acting as a catalyst, which means it just causes it to react. So what does all of this mean? When we add the hydrogen peroxide to the warm yeasty water, both compounds react to each other very much more quickly than normal. The yeast begins to grow at an accelerated rate. Now, why do we need the soap and the food coloring? Well, when the hydrogen peroxide starts to decompose, it releases oxygen. The oxygen is captured by the soap and causes it to foam. The food coloring makes the reaction look more cool. It's gonna be amazing, guys. So here we go.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna switch out my glasses for my safety goggles.
You should always have your
Professor Mooney has hers on already, so we're ready to go. Now, some of this experiment I've already done, so I'm gonna walk you through it. So if you're doing this along with us, let's do it step by step. So make sure you have 1/2 cup of hydrogen peroxide and 1/4 cup of liquid dish soap. Okay, now I've already mixed my 1/2 cup of hydrogen peroxide and dish soap here in this bottle. Okay, we'll switch it around, mix the ingredients up a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to add the food coloring to it.
How many drops?
Let's do 4 or 5.
4 or 5 drops.
Okay, and I am going to add this straight in here. So we got 1, 2, 3,
4, 5. Ooh, I'm excited. Ooh, look.
That's cool. Look what it's doing.
Didn't mix right away. It's just spreading.
The dish soap, it does that. The dish soap is slowing the spread down. But let's go ahead.
Up the color.
Let's mix it up.
There we go.
Ooh. It's like a dark purplish blue because the dish soap already has a color. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is, then you need to mix your water, which is 1/4 cup of warm water. Now make sure it's not hot water. If you do hot water, it's gonna kill the yeast, and we don't want the yeast to die, okay? Because you gotta remember, yeast is alive, okay? We don't want cold water, because cold water won't do anything. We gotta make sure you get just that perfect lukewarm water to mix your yeast in. And you gotta make sure you do this beforehand, because it takes at least 5 minutes for this to activate. Now this has been activated for a little while, and we are going to
here we go.
Pour in and let's see what happens, guys.
I'm excited.
And
Here
we go. Now look.
Ooh, it's gonna shoot out of the
The
top.
yeast and the hydrogen peroxide are mixing together, and it formed
Ooh.
foam. Because the oxygen
Ooh.
was being captured by the soap, and it makes this foam. Now, I'm sure you've seen other videos of this where it shoots up crazy. Now, we're not going to do that because that could be dangerous, and the chemicals required to do that can be a little dangerous too. So we're gonna stick with this version and just look as it comes out slowly.
It's an interesting texture. It's almost smooth. Once the bubbles are gone, it's almost smooth.
Yeah, it creates a foam. Have you guys ever used like foam, dish soap or hand sanitizer? Same thing happens there.
Don't use this to brush your teeth.
No, this is not good for you to brush your teeth.
Nope.
It's got a fun bread smell though, almost like uncooked bread. Have you guys ever smelled wet dough before? Well, guys, I hope you had a lot of fun doing this. Experiment with us. We had a blast doing it. Stay safe and continue to do your science. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching the Science Minute.
If you enjoyed this science experiment, make sure you post pictures on social media so we can all see.
Make sure you use hashtag ISScience2020. It's right there. Look right down below us. ISScience2020. Don't forget that hashtag. See you next time.
Bye.